Alright, America. Okay, this is a video about the media coverage of the recent spanking crisis and how they refer to it. I've talked about in other videos how they kind of just gloss over it and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, guess what? Spanking is still okay. And the question that they posed, it really annoys me. Every time I see this question, I get annoyed. It says, when does physical discipline cross over into abuse? And when does discipline cross over into abuse? Well, obviously discipline crosses over into abuse is when you start hitting, you know? When you start the physical abuse, that's when it starts with the first hit. That would be when it's abuse. I don't see the big question here. I don't see what the big mystery is. I mean, really? I mean, every time I see it, I'm like, really? Am I reading this right? Really? Because we wouldn't ask that question if it was a spousal issue. I'm just going to use a wife. I mean, it can be the other way around with husbands, but I'm going to use the wife issue because it's just more common and it was legal. So I'm going to go from that aspect. Now think about it. So I'm going to ask the same question. I'm using the same argument. So when does hitting your wife become spousal abuse? To what degree of hitting your wife become abusive? What degree and how often does it become abusive? I mean, like a few slaps? I mean, if you're looking at it the same way that people look at a kid, then you know it's not the same thing. Oh, well, it's not abuse. Because, I mean, if you can hit your child, you should damn well be able to hit your wife. I mean, really. I mean, your wife is bigger. She can fight back. She can walk out. She can hit you back. Okay? And I'd like to remind you, because we all know that spousal abuse used to be illegal. I mean, sorry, it used to be legal. It used to be illegal. You know, it was endorsed by the Bible, you know? You know, Christians today still practice it. It's endorsed by the Bible, just like people say that hitting children is endorsed by the Bible. It was called discipline. You want to discipline your wife because she isn't doing what you're saying, it was the husband's right. Just like the parents' rights to hit the child, it was the husband's right to hit the wife. So he was disciplining her. So a few slaps would be considered discipline. So when does it? But when? I mean, you know, some people think taking a belt or swishing your child is disciplining your child, so maybe that would be fine to discipline your wife with. I know some people do it. So why not? Why can't it be sanctioned by law? Why can't it be protected by law? If we're going to do this if we're going to allow it to be done to people who are smaller, weaker, and can't get away, if we can do it to a person like that, then we can do it to someone who isn't. You know? I don't see the big. You know, I mean, I'm not advocating bringing back spousal abuse. I'm just saying that this is the same argument. If you posted that in an actual argument on a blog, you'd have so many people pissed off. You'd have people be like, what? What the hell? If anybody even touches a wife or hits a wife, then that's spousal abuse. Well, yeah, duh. It is. And it's the same thing with a child. Even more so, because it is a child. And all this arguments that it should be done to children who are younger because they are younger, that's just dumb. Because they can't understand. Well, then why don't we hit infants? I know some people do, but why don't we legally sanction beating infants? They don't know any better. You can't reason with them. All an infant will understand is slap, though they don't even understand that. But really, this is not even a question. This shouldn't even be posed as a question. It should already be known that the first hit equals abuse, and that you shouldn't do it. An all-out ban should be in progress. I mean, we ban other things. We make it illegal to to sexually, you know, molest a child, we should make it illegal to if it's illegal to sexually abuse your child, it should be illegal to physically abuse your child, and you know, spanking can cross over into sexual abuse. So I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing where this argument lies. I am disgusted. I'm disgusted that it's in the media and it's presented like an actual question. It's not an actual question. It's stupid. Again, if I had used the same exact argument that I posed about the wife, people would be pissed, and rightfully so. You know, there's a lot of people who are rightfully so pissed about seeing it on the TV and seeing it in the ads. It is disgusting. Really? And our media is like, that's the view. That's the view. Well, you know what? That view's got to change, because it's flawed, and it's as flawed as domestic discipline was back in the days. It's flawed. So guys, gotta get ready. You know, we got to get rid of this, because we're not going to move forward until we do.